All right. Been done. Approval of the minutes from December 28th. And why is Brian Sopko on our mail distribution list still?
Because it's from a prior year.
Okay.
And I didn't get it. Sorry about that.
No problem. All right. Anybody have anything on the minutes?
No.
I did not.
No, I didn't either. All right. So do we have a motion to?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes as
All
written.
right. Do we have
I'll
a second?
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Done. All right. Well, I guess we'll start with Public Works.
Nobody else showed up, I guess.
Yeah.
Huh?
Not yet.
What's going on in the world of Public Works, Jim?
Well, it was a lovely small storm we had. We had a ½ inch of rain, which after it went through the snow, went right down, hit the road, and froze.
Yeah.
So things were
Oh, so they're
kind of
kind of
interesting
lazy
because
highway roads.
the air's at like 35, 40
Yeah.
degrees, and the
Yeah.
road is at 0, and
Yeah,
so things froze. So
roads
we didn't
freeze
get the
instantly.
freezing rain, but we got
Yeah.
something like freezing rain.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
But she's good now.
Can I ask you a question? It's like on last night, you come in, the road is cleared until you get to the valley, and we've still got the greasy stuff on the ground. And
Mhm.
any reason why?
Well, I talked to Public Safety last night at 7:30
Yeah.
and at 10 o'clock, and they assured me that everything was good to go.
Okay.
And it was still snowing, and I knew it was going to change to rain, so I would have rather gotten on it when it changed on the change.
Yeah.
So what I did was I came in at 3, and I
Yeah.
brought the other guys in, and we got right on it.
Yeah. Okay.
Our roads ended up being better than 49.
Yeah,
Yeah,
49.
Somebody
yeah.
off the road.
I
on
went out early
49
49,
this
and the shady spots, it was really bad.
Yeah.
And
And,
it's-
at 3 o'clock this morning, 49 was almost untraveled,
Yeah.
as I came in on it.
All right. All right, good. Well, thank you for that. Anything else? Got enough salt, enough stuff? Truck is working well?
Yep.
All right. All the equipment is holding together? All the
So
people are
far.
holding together?
Knock
Made
on
it
wood.
through Christmas week with our water supply.
Yes,
We
we
did.
We did. We,
Yeah, I got
I think
the
you have some
numbers.
numbers.
Yeah.
the numbers on. Did I put that in the
Yes,
packet?
you did.
So well 2 produced about 120,000 gallons more over the week than wells 2 and 3 did last year combined. So we had a definite uptick in
Oh, yeah.
population.
Right,
So
sure.
And is that a
but the well handled it very.
Could we have met that
Very well.
capacity with the previous pump?
No,
Okay.
we really feel it would have.
Yeah.
You would
It
have
would've
been taking a
strained.
chance.
Yeah. No, it's good. Good
Yeah.
that we
The
made that.
capacity would have
Yeah.
been there, but
Right.
I'm not quite sure that the pump would
It
have.
would have made it.
Yeah. No, it's
So
ju-
that was a good call.
good.
Yeah.
All right. Anything on your wish list or anything you want to talk about?
Wish list.
Yeah.
No.
Well, we have a couple of
Badger
minutes, and
wish.
usually we're here just badgering you. You know, it's usually what have
I
you
know.
done with this? What have you
Now,
done
now
with
you want, you,
that? But no, is there anything you'd like to bring
you're
up to
gonna,
us?
you're goading me into, no, actually, everything is good.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
We did have the in-progress review meeting this morning on the well project,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and the project's on time and on budget.
Great.
He's waiting for the variable drive units for the top of the pumps. That's the only real big piece of equipment that he's
Yeah.
waiting on. Once he gets those in, it's a couple of days to install them, and then it is just calibrating them, and
And when do
Finishing up.
they expect them?
not until the end of this month. So it'll be first week of February before those are installed, and then before we can officially commission the system as complete, he's got to integrate it into our controls, and then calibrate everything and make sure that it's all working.
Well, that's not a big process.
Well, it
That
can
part-
go back and forth.
Yeah, but it's not going to go back and forth for a month.
No.
Yeah.
We're on target to finish by
So
February
in the
20th.
process of doing that, what do they do? Actually draw water from the new well?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
We're in fact doing bacteria tests on the new well next week.
Okay,
And we'll get certified by DES that the water that is coming out of the well is good to go.
same as, that we're doing the test first before we send the results down to DES, or?
No, we don't anticipate any problems. We'll send it down to the state lab to get it certified. There's nothing, it has the same
Well,
water
in
quality
the
as well,
process
too.
of, yeah, I understand, but in the process of the work they did they open the well in any way, or?
Yes, but they.
Yes, but they
they-
decontaminated it.
They sanitized
Sanitized.
They
everything.
did
that went in.
sanitize
Yeah.
everything,
Everything's been chlorinated.
And
okay,
actually, there's so much chlorine in from
We're
the
gonna have to
well
run it.
on down to the building that we have to flush.
right,
Yeah, we're gonna be flushing it, and then when we will be testing it for chlorine residual.
Yes.
And then once we get the chlorine residual down to an acceptable level, then we'll take the bacteria test.
okay.
What about the email we got in from Mr. Levitt about the road up there?
He's got a valid point. There's one small section of road where 2 driveways come down prior to getting to the turnaround by his driveway.
Okay, so which properties are we talking about?
So the Morse, the
Yeah,
old
Morse
Morse
pro-
The old
house
Morse
up to
property
Paul's,
and
to the
Okay.
turnaround in
So
front
in
of
the back
Paul's.
corner there.
The back, the back
All right,
end.
and can we get a rough idea of a bid of what it's gonna take, or do you have a ballpark? Meaning, is it
even- is it
15,000 or is it a $100,000 project?
it would probably be on the order of, I would guess, because if we're gonna do that, we're gonna go back and replace a culvert, so I'm saying 25 to 30 probably.
So you'd have to rebuild really the whole road.
Yes.
You gotta improve the drainage while we're.
And in your mind, where is that road relative to other roads in town as a priority?
Because it's just a short section, so it's not high on the list,
Right.
but. I
But it's
mean,
in bad shape.
It's in bad shape. I mean, I would,
And
it
we've
is
done,
on-
we've done the rest of the road.
pretty much.
We
Right,
did
when
the
you did
lower
that,
section,
yeah.
we did the middle section first,
Mm-hmm.
then we did the lower section where it comes into Valley Road.
Mm-hmm.
And now the piece that we're talking about is the last piece of that road.
Well, do we
That
wanna
we
bid
need
it?
to do.
See, get a bid on it and see?
Well,
What's ahead of it priority-wise?
Lower Greeley,
Lower Greeley was our,
Lowly Greeley is gravel, right?
part of it.
part of it is.
Yeah, that's that section that kinda got tore up or
Yeah.
or
Well,
it's gone,
we
right?
tore it up, now that the house has been moved, we can go in and repave
Right.
it. We were keeping it gravel
So there
until
are
he
two
did something with
people on this road up on,
Lower Greeley.
that. There are 3 access.
One,
3 access on Lower Greeley and 2 up
Three.
here?
4, 5, there's actually 6 homes on Lower Greeley.
So
Not
are
all in
you?
the gravel section.
Not all in the gravel.
The gravel section is only really 2.
2.
2.
Right. But the gravel section has been that way for quite a while, and the 2 that are here are not full-time.
That's correct. On the gravel.
We're on the gravel
piece.
part.
Yeah.
All right, well,
But the
And
paved section
we-
of Lower
Right.
Greeley is about the worst in town.
okay, well all right, well, why don't we table this, tell Paul we're discussing it, and let's prioritize and see what we think. You guys think cost-wise, benefit-wise, what is
Okay.
the best way to go?
What was the
Right.
last statement you made? I'm sorry, Jim, I missed that. It's about
The-
Lower Greeley, the paved section?
The
Yeah.
paved section of Lower Greeley is about the worst in town.
Right,
Yeah,
that's got
yeah,
more
that's
priority,
pretty
there are
bad.
more
The
houses.
turns, some of those
Right.
turns are just, the road edges is
Yeah.
gone.
And it's very, very difficult to plow, and
Okay,
it could use some help.
Mm,
all right.
all right,
So on going with that, let's get a correspondence back to Paul saying, we're looking at it, we put it on our list, we're gonna prioritize and get back to you and let you know.
Okay.
do we have, is there money in the budget this year to do any roads?
We put aside
Just the
some every year.
Lower Greeley
We had-
section.
Okay.
That's the only thing we had, and that was remaining money from 2016. And
Okay.
the account that we created,
Remember we
remember
put
we put
account for roads?
$20,000 in?
Right.
We're gonna use that plus what we had remaining to do the work on Greeley Hill.
Okay, gotcha, thank you.
Okay, great. So let's move over to calendar review.
My calendar has changed. I cannot, well, I physically can't be here for the 25th, but I could call in. But I have to go babysit.
Margaret, how are you looking for the 25th?
I've
Is
got
that
I've got a performance that night, but it's not till 7, so I'll have to be in at 5:30.
Can we start at
Now, is
2,
that a
just to
local
make sure?
one-day babysitter, or are you traveling?
No, I'm down in Boston.
Let's just, okay. All right, and you're performing that whole week?
25, 26, 27, yeah.
Okay.
24, I'm okay.
24 is Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm
gone
gone
for
from
the-
Monday morning, and I'll be home on Friday.
Oh, so this will break up your weekend.
Yeah,
Your week.
it
You-
is.
you might
It
look
is,
forward to this.
We could do the 25th earlier.
As I
Yeah.
say, regardless of what you want to do, I will have to phone in.
Okay, the 20, we'll stay with the 25th. Margaret,
Okay.
I don't think
Can we
we
start
have
at
to
2?
just leave by 5:30?
You don't have to be there at 5:30.
Okay,
Shows at
When do
7.
we start?
We
You
can
wanna
start
go
at
Start at 2?
all right. Let me put this in. All right. Remember, those of you at home.
That's right, we're gonna be an hour early.
Well, we're going on daylight savings time. or
That's
something.
right.
What was there something in the news today about eliminating daylight savings
No,
time
we're going
for
to
us?
Atlantic, they want us to go to Atlantic time.
What the hell is that?
That's Nova
I
Scotia,
think we have to do
an
it.
hour ahead of where we currently are.
Why would we want?
I don't know why we
Well,
want to
there's
do
got to be a reason.
It would be dark until 9 a.m. Would be not good.
Okay,
So, so February 8th, Wednesday, February 8th, it's your first meeting of February.
Yeah, I'm fine.
And that'll be the
Budget
budget
hearing.
hearing at 6 in lieu of your regular meeting. And then, the school has scheduled their hearing for February 6th,
Yeah.
the Monday
The si-
night before.
And
Do you know
could we
what
get-
time it is?
8:30, or 8:30, 6:15, I think.
Could we request
6:30,
copies of the
something
school
like
budget in advance so we can see them and with some explanation?
It'll be posted, I'll
Yeah.
get you a copy.
But maybe with some notes to understand
Okay.
any changes, if there are any.
Okay,
I think we should be interesting to get there to listen. I caught an email from Chris Breerbrier that I guess they've asked the school again to do a study on, how much extra is it costing us versus shutting it down, closing it down. And I guess it's now $200,000 premium to keep it going. So I don't know whether there are people intending to go to the meeting and I don't even know if that's on the agenda.
I didn't get that email.
I got it. I'll forward it to you. I don't know why I got it, but I did.
Did you get that email, Margaret?
No.
Okay, interesting point, and that's.
Well,
something-
I just wanted to let you know, and that when is the school board budget hearing?
The
Is
Monday night of that week.
February 6th.
on February.
I think they're supposed to, is it 6 p.m.?
6 or, yeah,
6:15.
6:15, whatever. Yeah,
That's right, it was
6 p.m.
6:15 last year when we got there early.
Well, now that I said that, let me take a look. Maybe I've got an old email or something. I don't think so. Yeah, I got it this morning.
I'm not,
Yeah, right.
You're not sure, because I didn't ask you.
Yeah, it's, I guess they updated the study they did last year. And I guess Chris copied me, but anyway, it basically says, keeping the school the way it is, the budget would be 1.2 million. I'm sorry, closing the school would be, they'd have to expend about 1.2 million, keeping it open would be 1.3 plus million. So that's about a little over 100,000 now.
I wonder, you know, how they're comparing apples to apples.
Well, at least they have some data,
Yeah.
you know?
All right. Interesting. All right. Review and sign warrant for water sewer fourth quarter 2016.
Yep, and as I wrote in the memo, this puts us at 96% for water revenues, 109% for sewer revenues, and 99% for trash fees. So,
Oh, you want me to
Yeah.
sign this? Okay, why not?
Pretty well.
Why are we at 109%?
I don't know.
What?
I don't know.
Okay, that was a reasonable question, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Okay.
I mean, I think, I don't know why, you know, I was actually surprised because last year we were at 103% of water
Yeah.
and 99% in sewer. So we've fluctuated, and I haven't broken down the 4 quarters yet to see where the difference happened or why it happened.
You
that
mean
way.
we collected 103% of what
Of
we
water.
billed?
No, 103% of budget.
Budget.
Of budget?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What we put in.
How much
tax
of what
rate
you
set.
billed?
We're collecting, by the end of the year, we're somewhere in the 90%
Right.
range.
Oh, okay.
Are we
Yeah.
still dealing with people who are to the point of being close to being lean?
There are 2 or 3 people that we've been corresponding with.
And are those commercial accounts or
No,
residential?
they're residential. The commercial accounts are keeping up.
Okay.
We have our one normally
Yep.
delinquent behind
Okay.
payments, but they're making payments, so
All right.
everybody's.
All right. Let's move on now to old business, the corrected assessing contracts with CNP.
Yeah.
And I read the letter. I still don't understand.
So, Department of Revenue Administration reviews the contract. CNP had forwarded them a copy of the contract that you guys signed last time. I literally got the response from DRA, which they can't make us change the contract, but
Mhm.
they make recommendations to make changes.
Okay.
So I got that after you had signed the contract last time. I looked at it, there were a couple of things that I questioned CMP on. They discussed it with DRA. They made the changes in the new contract that I put in your packet. For the most part, it's just wording. The one big thing was the insurance. They do have insurance. They're not gonna provide us with an actual performance bond, but they have the appropriate insurances to back up their work. So.
So it's insurance against what?
If we were to, if every value were to get abated or something like that, and it cost us, because they made a mistake in calculations, or they put together the manual incorrectly or something like that. So it's professional liability
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
insurance
Yeah.
for them.
All right.
Right.
And it's just to protect us if we had those huge
All right.
abatements.
Okay.
So.
So do we need to sign any?
So
contract?
yes, there are 2 copies in 2 places
I remember.
each.
Okay. While we're signing that, budget update.
I
2016.
provided you with the updated, I've made all of the changes that we talked about. I made a personnel change that Margaret and I reviewed.
Okay.
I put all of the up-to-date numbers in there, in that budget summary. I will give you a detailed report. We're finalizing the expenditures from the 2016 budget by the end of the week. We're just waiting for Deb Sullivan to come in and review. There's a couple of changes that we've already identified that we need her to book. And then we can compare the budget request with the 2016 expenditures so that you have the most up-to-date numbers. As I wrote in the memo, we can do that Monday or Tuesday next week if you have time to do that and want to do that. We can set
So
that
you're
up.
going to send this out? What are you going to do?
I will send this out to you on Friday.
On Friday.
You can look it over the weekend.
All right.
And then Monday or Tuesday, we can get together, because what I'd like to do is finalize the budget numbers so that I can start putting together the packet for the
Budget.
public
So
hearing.
we have to vote on it?
Yes, you would have to vote.
Vote, okay. And we couldn't do that by email or something, or
Well,
you'd prefer
I
not to?
prefer that we do it face to face.
Okay.
Just in case there are any last minute questions.
Okay.
I don't think the meeting would take long, but I
Right.
can make sure the department heads are here and Judy. So,
Okay, Monday mornings aren't good for me, but any other time Monday is fine.
yeah, Mondays mornings are bad for me too. So either
next
Monday or
week.
Tuesday afternoon, whatever works for folks.
Monday. Well, Monday's the holiday.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
Well,
but
we're
that's
open,
okay. I'm
so,
all right.
yeah.
As long as it was after 2:30 or so, I'd be fine.
How about
Yeah.
3 o'clock?
Yeah, everyone
Monday?
leaves on 3 o'clock Monday works for me.
3 o'clock Monday?
Yeah, I cannot
I
do it.
actually
Tuesday
have
would be
practice.
more
What time?
difficult.
All day.
All day.
'Cause
All
we
day
have a
Monday.
holiday, yeah,
Tu-
yeah.
I could do it first thing
Okay,
Tuesday morning. But I mean, I've got to leave here on Tuesday by 11 o'clock.
What about 8 o'clock Tuesday morning?
Oh, that's fine, or 9, or, you know, we don't, you know.
9 o'clock Tuesday morning?
I thought you were leaving the following week.
I am, but I have to go to the dentist. I have a dental appointment.
okay, so
So
eight-
9
eight-
9 o'clock
9
Tuesday.
o'clock Tuesday morning?
Yeah, okay.
That's the 17th.
Yeah, and that shouldn't take more than a half an hour. 45 minutes at most.
Okay.
Now, in looking at the summary,
I
I'm
can
sorry.
do, excuse me,
Yeah.
I can do it on, Monday morning. I don't have to be in until 1 o'clock.
Oh, that would be better for me.
All right, do we want to do it Monday morning at 10? Does that work for you, Bill?
Yeah, I could
Okay.
do it then.
Okay.
Great. Or I could do 9 o'clock Monday morning. Yeah, we
Well,
don't have a meeting Monday
I
morning.
get a house full of grandkids, and they'll be out of here, but they're still going to be here. So
So you want to get them up to the mountain and all the other stuff first?
no, they're going home. I want to get them home.
Shoot.
Or you could put
I
them in
wanna
the
make
car
sure.
Sunday night.
Right, I could. I want to make sure they don't linger.
So the 10 o'clock thing would work, right? You get someplace
Well,
to go.
you just give me a time
So
that you
10
want to
a.m.
do this
Monday?
on,
10
and I'm
on the
assuming you're
16th.
talking about a half hour to
Yeah,
an hour.
half an hour, yeah.
What time you want to do it, Mr. Chairman?
10 o'clock.
10
All
o'clock.
right.
10 o'clock Monday. Okay, so is there anything in looking at the summary that you would want additional information on Friday on? You know, when I provide you with the updated, all the detail
I think
expenditures?
the thing you highlight is the $25,000 you've thrown in here
Right,
that we've already spent. Oh, no, we haven't
No,
spent.
we haven't spent
It was
that.
25,000 that we spent on the pump. This is for the evaluation.
that's right.
Now, a question is, because we know Paul Levitt has come up with this proposal there.
Yeah.
Do we have a place to throw another 25,000 into the road fund?
Well, I also looked at, with the reval,
Yeah.
okay, I really would prefer that we keep the tax rate as close
Okay.
to the $14 a thousand as we can. We still don't know what the school is, what's happening
Right.
with the school. The reason that I would wanna do that is, if we keep the budgets as close to the same as we can,
Yeah.
if the rate like if values change,
Right,
the
okay,
gross
gotcha.
amount that they pay doesn't change.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The gross appropriation. So I really would prefer, we increased the ladder one capital reserve account payment
To
by
50,000?
$30,000.
Right.
I've talked to Chris, we really think there's not much of a difference in terms of the total cost of the ladder truck. We've got enough money to make any repairs that we might need to make in this year.
Yeah.
And the project is scheduled for 2018 for replacement. So I'd like to put that back to 20,000, get us back flat where we're at the same net appropriation, same amount to be raised by taxes as we were last year.
Okay,
That's
Alright,
that
that's
ladder.
fine.
That would be the ladder truck,
line
so
you bring that
reduce
back
that
to-
to 20,000
back
instead of
down to
50,
20.
if you're okay doing that.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah,
Now, then, to your question.
oh, you're reducing the amount,
That we're putting aside for the ladder
We
truck this
could,
year.
we could, if, depending on the quote, you know, we'll get a couple of quotes on the road repairs. But if that came back at 25,000, we are returning enough in fund balance that we could make that a separate warrant article if you wanted, or put it in the budget, whatever you want, and use fund balance for whatever that amount is, so that we don't have any impact on the tax rate. In other words, we'll just bump up the revenues by the corresponding amount of the road repairs.
Bump up the revenues?
Add fund balance in the
Oh, okay.
revenues.
Take it.
Yeah,
well, here's the thing with the road up there. I mean, I'd like to be convinced that in
Okay.
fact it's a priority.
Well, that's
And I
what,
suspect you can't do that until the spring. You
Yeah,
know, that
I
now
mean-
it's not, you know, I mean, we can't just pick roads because somebody writes a letter.
right.
I mean, if it's the priority road that needs to be worked on, then fine. But, I mean, we've got, you know, other people screaming that even not screaming, but
No,
saying their roads need to be
Right.
fixed as well.
Well,
but the definition of priority is public safety and being able to plow it, correct? Am I correct with those are the thoughts that make a road a repair a priority?
Yeah,
Or if there was a water line or a sewer line that's.
right, and the section
that
of
we're gonna have
road
to
that
get
we're talking about services 3 or 4
Yeah,
homes.
Right,
It's, you know, it is in bad shape. We are having trouble
Yeah.
plowing it, you know.
well-
But whether that makes it a priority road,
well, that's.
I don't know. You know, Greeley Hill
No, I,
definitely
yes,
is servicing 6 or 7 houses, and that's in very bad shape.
right,
And we've left it the way that it is right now because we were waiting for the house to be moved, and now it's been moved.
Yeah.
So, you know, that
Alright.
definitely is our first priority.
all right, well, let's deal with the priorities and then take it from there.
Okay?
All right. Chris has joined us. Anything to report, Chris?
Nothing, everything is going pretty smooth,
Yeah.
so far through the new year. The activities this week weren't what we expected up at the mountain, the Rev Tour. We
Yeah,
thought there
there's
was gonna
kind of
be-
a dud.
We thought there was gonna be a lot more people
Yeah.
around, but so be it.
Yeah.
Other than that, we're doing well. I'll have a report for the board next meeting about our ladder truck committee. We're establishing a ladder truck committee, and one of you up front will probably get an invitation to be on the committee. But we're excited about that. I got some really good ideas for that. So that's kind of what I'm focusing on personally now for the next couple of weeks.
One of the things in trying to think through the setting aside of making sure that we have enough money to be able to do some of this stuff, because I know we keep putting it off, is I'd like to see us expand this to start with what is the list of equipment that the fire company needs, you know, and what is the replacement cost of each of those pieces, roughly, replacement cost of each of those pieces of equipment and their useful lives. I think, because I don't think we're nearly saving, that's why I'm initially hesitant to reduce the capital reserve counts. I don't think we're saving nearly enough money to replace the fire equipment. And if we really do need this equipment, then we ought to be putting enough money to be able to pay for it. You know, otherwise we just end up borrowing and driving that section of the budget back up. So I just like to see if we couldn't get a handle on that. You know, how much, you know, what do we really need? What is the cost of each one of those? And what's kind of the useful life for these things?
Well, we have that list.
Yeah, I'm sure
Yeah.
you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be helpful.
We can do that.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I think we ought to, if we're convinced that we need all of this stuff we want it, we need to start putting aside the money to make sure that we can keep it there, you know?
Well, I agree with that approach if we maintain those capital reserve accounts in perpetuity.
Yeah,
If we don't, then the people now are paying for something that's gonna last 35 years into the future. And the problem, you know, if a town establishes capital reserves and puts that money aside for all of the facilities,
right.
then I'm okay with that.
Well, I'd
what's
just like
been
to
my
know the
experience,
numbers.
though,
I
is
mean-
towns tend to make the improvement and then stop the capital reserves. And I don't think that that's good policy, from the sense that the people who are actually using that piece of equipment or that infrastructure
Right, no, I hear
are
you.
not the ones that are paying.
But there's a difference between if it's a useful life of 35 years and
Right.
if it's a useful life of 10 years.
Oh,
I
yes,
mean, we have an
absolutely.
ambulance, for instance, that
Right.
needs to be replaced much more frequently than
Absolutely.
that. I have no idea what the useful life of some of this equipment is.
Right, and we have
Right.
that written down.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
And we can go into a little more.
Yeah,
detail than
absolutely.
just,
Yeah,
Oh, it's 10 years, well, why is it 10 years? We
Yeah.
can get
Yes,
Well,
into that.
absolutely.
start with
Yeah.
We'll
what you
get
got.
you the info.
Yeah.
Sure.
Excellent. Very good concern.
yeah.
All right. So,
And on the same thing, you're gonna have a fire committee. Here's the other, is there a standard that suggests that based on what a town looks like, its profile, you know, here is in fact a recommended list of equipment?
yeah, we've
And
gone-
where
we've
does
dis-
that
we've
come from?
discussed
We've
this.
gone,
It's driven
Okay.
Yeah.
by ISO.
And it's
Okay.
also by
Yeah.
height of buildings that we have in town, and because
Yeah,
of
all
those
of them.
lodges, it throws us.
Yeah, but numbers. I mean, you know, when do you go from needing one fire
Yeah.
truck to 2 fire
Yeah,
trucks? I mean,
we
yeah,
have that.
okay, all right.
NFPA and ISO standards.
Yeah, and ISO actually has periodically offered to come and give their presentation on that, so.
Alright.
if
Well,
it's
it might
something
be
that maybe
worthwhile,
after
we got
town
we got a
meeting,
year, it
Mhm.
might be worthwhile to listen
Yeah.
to them.
Sure.
Okay,
All right. So I think we've dealt with both of the budget update and budget prep, am I correct?
Yep.
So we've dealt with Paul Levitt.
Yep.
We've done the warrant here. We're at privilege of the floor number 2.
You have an email in your packet too, under correspondence.
Oh, yes.
And
From-
do you want to talk about that?
yeah, I think
afterwards?
Brenda,
Yeah.
we can talk about that now.
Yeah, okay.
Brenda Conklin has asked that we print and mail out hard copies of the annual report
Mhm.
to all taxpayers in town. And I think it's a very noble thing, but I think we, by having it online, we are doing just fine.
Yeah, and I also think that it has to do with what do you want people to do in the future with respect to communication?
Right.
If you want them to use the website and
Right.
you know, to use that as their main area, then that's where the report
Right.
should be.
And as the wigwag has asked.
Right. Now, I think that there's nothing that says that when we send out whatever the next bill is that we
Mhm.
send out before, town meeting,
I'll let-
that we
We
can tell
actually
people
don't
it's
have them.
online, and if you want a
Yeah.
hard copy,
We'll mail it to you,
Go.
just
yeah.
call and we'll send it to you.
Is it,
Well,
if I
no,
remember, the bulk of the report is budgetary detail is required by the state. Is that a fair statement?
Most of it, yes. Most of it is
Could we
required
make,
reports.
would it be possible to just come up with the text sections and a summary financial, and then tell people if you really wanted to look at all of the detailed financials, you know, you can go online and take a look at all of those MRS forms, and, because I know all of those are in there, you know,
Yeah.
and they're required to be, as a way to shorten down what you'd have to print. And because I'm kind of with you, I mean, you send that whole booklet, it's
Yeah.
gonna run the cost up.
Yeah, it'll be.
And most people
it's
aren't
not the
gonna,
printing,
Most people
it's
aren't
the
gonna read it.
postage
aren't
of-
gonna read any of that stuff.
Right.
But they might be interested in reading Mike's comments, his summary letter.
Well, we could probably get it into 11 by 17, a 4-page newsletter type thing
Yeah.
Yeah.
with the
That
warrant.
this, you know,
and
or
the-
suggest that if you'd like, there is a summary of the information contained in this, which is in, you know, 6 or 7 pages, and if you would like a copy of that, we'll provide it to you. But I'm kind of with you. I don't know about offering to give
Yeah.
them the full report.
just-
It's a
How
How
lot
many
of
do we
detail.
print off now?
We print
Couple
about
hundred.
200 right
Yeah.
now, and generally we've been
Right?
reducing that each year
Right.
because of
We
leftovers.
usually have
that
And
we
how
40,
many do we
50.
have left over now?
50,
We
60.
probably have 50 to 60 out of the
Yeah,
200
see.
left.
Yeah.
And we put it at the post office every, you know,
Yeah.
in here and
Yeah.
town meeting and the
Mhm.
rec department,
School district meeting.
school,
So we can probably come up with a 4-page summary,
Is there a legal requirement to produce that?
a legal requirement to produce the annual report, yes.
Okay, so there's a
Yeah.
state, and what's the requirement? That a copy must be sent to every?
No,
No.
no.
So
It
it's
just has to be available a week before the town meeting.
well, it
that
has
is
to
the-
be
that is-
available.
It has to be available for the general public a week before town meeting. That's the.
Well, you might want to think
law.
about whether to make a summary copy.
Yeah.
A
Well,
summary.
we could, if we had a single 11 by 17 sheet, that would be 4 pages. We can stuff and mail those to the residential,
11 by 17?
11 by 17 piece of paper folded in half
Oh,
is
okay.
8.5 by 11.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it gives us 4 pages to
Yeah.
have
Okay.
the info on.
Well,
And then we
think
can,
about
With,
it.
we
I-
can-
with
I don't-
information for a link to the full report.
yeah, and then,
Yeah,
and
I
then
think
we
that's
have,
fine.
we can put the website on it
Yeah.
and, yeah.
Mary,
But that
do you
would give
agree
people
with that?
Yeah, I did,
Yeah.
you know, the fact that we have so many left
It-
over as it
Yeah.
is, I mean, also, you
Yeah.
can tell people where they can find a copy of the
Right.
full report.
Exactly.
You can't charge them for it, right?
No,
No,
No.
no.
Moneymaker.
You can just see it on
Because
Amazon.
I
Nobody
really-
would pay.
I really
Nobody
think
would
this
pay.
is not about whether the information is available, I think it's
Yeah.
about, well, why don't you just give it to everybody? Well, because most
It costs
people
a lot
that'll
of
get
money.
it is
Yeah.
gonna throw it
Right,
right
they
here.
throw it away and
It's
it's
wasted money.
It would
Yeah.
cost
Yeah.
$10,000,
Yeah.
and you know why are we doing that?
Yeah, we can't
Okay.
put 1,000 of those in envelopes and mail them, that wouldn't
No.
work.
All right. I have something, any feedback on our dam letter?
On your letter?
The dam
No,
letter.
not yet, I've gotta make
The one we
contact
sent to
with the
the
attorney.
TES.
Nothing yet.
Oh, the dam letter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
Yes.
dam letter.
nothing yet.
I got you.
I
Not the
will-
one, I can't believe I'm writing this damn letter.
Right.
And you guys got copies of that? You
I
get a chance
did,
to
and
read
I
it?
did have some comments about it.
Okay. Shall we talk about that?
Whatever you want
All
to do.
right,
You want
yes.
my comments?
Yes, please.
Okay, these are relatively minor.
All right.
There was a section in there where you were talking about the well. And basically, the statement, I think the statement
Margaret.
along the lines was, we think the likely cause was
Right.
the drought. And I would rather say there are several hypotheses as to the cause of contamination, and we're still trying to determine what the
Okay.
probable
Okay.
cause really is. And the reason for that is why if we're really convinced it's the drought, why are we spending $20,000 to find out why the
Okay.
well failed?
All right, so,
So I'd make it, we're not sure we
yeah,
know why
okay,
the well
so let's
failed.
rephrase that.
There was a section in there where it talked about the 2.3% payroll increase, and I think it'd be worth it to mention this includes a 1.5%, if that's the number, right?
Yes.
Pay rate increase and increases to cover added costs to health insurance and pensions. I think the actual pay rate is probably the biggest driver. Is Brooke still new? I mean, we
No, I
say
think
we
I
have
may
a
have
new
missed that.
director.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't think she's
No,
a new director.
I'm
She's
not
our
gonna-
director, right? And there was a statement at the very end about that the town's operating budget is going up by 3.9%.
That's with the new numbers.
Right. My question is, does that include or exclude the impact of interest and capital?
Excludes all capital.
Right. I think you somehow need to, when we say operating budget, so we're excluding, I read it, I know you said it excluded capital, I read
Yes.
it as new capital items.
Well, I think it says
But we've
debt
got-
service also.
Does it say debt
I
service?
think it says debt
Okay.
service. I'm
I want to
sorry,
make
don't
sure
have a
that we
copy of it.
clarify
Yes.
this excludes the impact of all debt
That's right.
service, because when you include the impact of all debt service, it's nowhere near, it's not 3.9%.
Okay.
Right.
Yes.
So I'm okay with that, with
Okay.
that number, but I just want to
Right,
make
it's
sure
the
that people
1.1,
understand what it
it's
is.
the 1.1% when you include the debt service.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
I had one comment under the Corcoran Pond Dam.
Yeah,
We know the year that happened, don't we?
what year?
That we took over the dam.
Yes, yeah. the
Okay,
year
I
of the
would
reclass.
put the year in, and it says
Right.
at approximately the same time. Didn't it happen just after?
The day after.
Yeah,
Yeah,
So do we, all
I would put that in there.
okay.
Yeah.
right. Okay.
Yep.
All right, any other
Where,
comments?
you know, on the dam, did you, you said you were gonna send a little email to our man Chris?
I did, he said, good letter.
Oh, he good, he got it though, all right,
He got it,
good.
so he
All
knows
right,
what's
terrific.
going on.
Oh, no,
That's all.
it's, I actually had to get another email address because he ignored my everything else. I had to track him down, but I
Yeah.
actually forwarded that to Mark.
Yes. I-
Yeah, good. Oh, that's an encouraging comment.
Well,
We'll see.
what else could he say?
Before the inauguration.
Well, I mean,
At least you didn't go, please don't send this. we
Yeah,
need to
right,
talk."
you keep coming back and say, please leave the
Yeah.
DES alone, will you? What the hell are you doing?
All right. So, I guess, do we have anything for non-public? Public, I'm sorry.
I have,
Something I'd like to not,
yes, go ahead.
I missed the privilege of the floor, it happened too fast.
I didn't,
The bank has changed some of their fees, and our fee schedule, I think, should reflect the changes. The biggest one being, residents who send Canadian checks that
Yeah.
are written off from a bank in Canada. Previously, it was $8. They were charging us a fee each time of $8 to deposit those checks. And this past month, I discovered that it has gone to $35
Yeah.
for a $94 check.
How many people send a check drawn on a Canadian bank?
We have one resident who does it regularly each quarter, and then at his tax time or their tax time. And then I think the other Canadian residents have local banks that they
Right.
must transfer their money to, and they have, where there's a Canadian address on it, it's written off from a local bank, so we don't have any problem with those ones. Only the ones that are written from a Canadian bank.
Can we adopt a fee schedule that says if you write us a check drawn on a Canadian bank, there's going to be the bank charges us a $35 processing
Well,
fee, and
yeah.
you'll have to pay it.
I think a good change to the fee schedule would be that any fees
Any fees,
associated with
yeah.
foreign checks or foreign transfers of any
Right.
kind will be reimbursed by the person using that.
Yeah, we're gonna
So-
charge
so
you
whether-
for it.
Which it should
the
be
bank
any fees,
changes
because
it.
some other ones say,
That's right.
like, all other checks are $40, so
Yeah,
it means
so-
it's $5
and-
cheaper
and-
than
any-
if it was
any-
written from,
Any fees,
Any
Yeah.
fees.
All right.
So I'll put that on the agenda for
Okay.
next meeting,
Is that
and
the hearing?
we can.
They
can
would
do
be
a
better
public
off
hearing.
paying their thing by credit card, right?
Right,
Oh,
yes.
exactly.
yes,
And
yes.
we
Or
can.
money
we can
Because
order.
that
send
would
them a
only
letter.
be a 1%.
or
Right.
putting their ACH online,
That's right.
that's even
Yeah.
cheaper than the credit card.
Right. Yeah, so
we
we
should
can
probably send them a note.
Yeah,
we'll send them a note.
they
There
might,
was also a change on the return check fee.
Yeah.
It previously was $10 and the bank wasn't charging us that fee. I'm not
Yeah.
really sure exactly why, but now they are charging it and they've upped it to $12, so.
Okay,
So we'll
That
change
again,
those
we'll have
two if
to-
that's all right.
or just to any fees associated with your transaction.
Yeah.
I think legally we're supposed to do that, right?
Yes, we wanna charge that person.
Right, we can't
Yes.
absorb like
Yeah.
credit card
Well,
fees or any of
right.
that stuff.
Well, the credit card fees are specifically addressed by statute. The non-sufficient funds, you could absorb those if you
Oh,
wanted to.
okay,
But we have a history of just charging whatever the bank is charging us, so I think just making
Yeah.
these two
Right,
changes
there's no
would be
additional
appropriate.
fees, just whatever the
Right.
bank is charging.
Yeah.
Okay.
do you
So we'll
need
do that at the
a,
I
next
think we
meeting.
need to have a public hearing.
You
on
need to
that
have a
That's
because
public
a public
hearing,
hearing
so
on
I'll put it on
fees.
the agenda for
yeah,
next meeting.
okay, we should adopt that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good, thank you.
All right. Anything else?
Did you wanna talk about
Yes.
Brooks
Yeah.
and your non-public?
Do you want to go non-public?
Non-public.
All right, at this point, at 3:40.
Oh, and I just wanted, before we go off the air, I just wanted to highlight that, we put the mailers in
Mhm.
your utility bills
Yep.
for February 25th, which
Great.
is the
I have one.
ski area's winter celebration of our 50th anniversary. So these mailers are
Semi-centennial.
in the water and sewer bills, so tickets are available if you want them.
Okay, also, in my conversation with Pete Staclosi yesterday,
Yes,
they are going to be operating Snows Mountain on the 25th.
yes,
And they want to talk about doing something that night and having the town participate in that as well.
yes.
So he'll be in
And
touch with us.
That's right, yeah.
Before
And that's,
how-
on
could we
the
do
23rd
both?
of February.
that's right,
Oh, it's
Now,
a
that's when
different
he's gonna get
night.
in touch
a
with
different night.
No, it's the 25th.
Well, yeah, they do the ski down the mountain thing that they want to
Yeah.
do, and then they have this gala after
Okay.
that ski time.
Maybe we could open the Finish Line Restaurant again for one night.
Okay. All right, so let's go into non-public. Thanks, everyone, for coming by.
Yeah.
And with that,